think it's time we addressed a serious issue here. Suck on that straw, get lost in the pain. I think we've all noticed that I am too obsessed with Heathers the Musical. But it's not just Heathers the Musical. I've been obsessed with the movie, I've been quoting it, and it's not a good movie to quote in public because it's very inappropriate, but I'm obsessed. I saw it. I haven't seen it multiple times, don't worry, but I bought a shirt that says, "What's your damage?" and I bought all these pins. This one says, Heathers the Musical, just like this, but in red. This one says, "I love my dead gay son." This one says, "You make my balls so blue." I wear this one on the front of my purse because I want everyone to see it. This one says, "How very." And this one says, "Lick it up, baby, lick it up." I've already planned to do one number from this show in a show next year. I'm asking my friend to sing 17 with me. I have posted Fight for Me and my version of Our Love is God. I've fixed that up, by the way, if you were not impressed by that, because I wasn't. I would just like to take a second to say lots of nice things about this. So first of all, New World Stages, what? I didn't know there was like an underground theater complex in New York, and it's so cool. It is so cool. Like, the whole space just works for where this musical is. New World Stages, you get a thumbs up. Really glad I went to see it during Pride Month, because that also really works, you know. I love my dead gay son. Book and music and lyrics by Kevin Murphy and Lawrence O'Keefe. My brother was like, "Who did the music?" And I was like, "Lawrence O'Keefe." And he was like, "Oh no, he usually has one song that's like really wordy or something." We have not found a problem yet. And let me tell you, I bootlegged that shit as soon as I could. I'm sorry. So let's look at this beautiful cast. First of all, let's look at their faces. They're all beautiful. When I went to see Heathers, Barrett had already left, so I saw Carissa, but I have heard the soundtrack of Barrett. You betcha I've watched every video out there, and I know Barrett, so I've like been around her before. First of all, Barrett was amazing in what I saw. I also missed Ryan McCartan. It was already Dave Thomas Brown. So Ryan McCartan looked wonderful. Don't know him. Didn't get to see it live. He looked like he was angrier than what I saw from Dave Thomas Brown, but I adored him. He had the right Christian Slater vibe, enough to emulate the movie, but to not copy it, you know what I mean? Oh, Jessica Keenan Wynn. Mythic bitch. She's awesome. She's so good. She's so good. Oh my god. I'm so glad they made Heather Chandler come back throughout the show, because what would we do without her? Heather McNamara. First of all, the way they created this character in the show, I just love her. Like, I love the songs and the lines she has. Literally. "And you have a symmetrical face. If I took a meat cleaver right down the center of your skull, I'd have matching halves. That's very important." I love that. I love that so much. Ellie Macklemore, it wouldn't be that without her. Wonderful. I didn't get to see you outside the stage door, so I love you. Backtracking, I did get to talk to Dave Thomas Brown. Nicest person. Well, not the nicest person ever, because I know a lot of nice people, but he's very nice. Very, very nice. Very humble. Heather Duke, I miss Alice Lee, which, from what I saw, she was wonderful. But man, Crystal Lynn is whacked. She plays Heather Duke like she's on crack, and it is awesome. Because in the movie, she's so toned down. She's kind of just like, yeah, whatever. It was really intense, and it might be a choice that other people don't like, but I personally liked that acting choice. And obviously, they liked it too, because she played Heather Duke in the LA version, and they brought her back. So if you don't like it, suck on that. Martha. Katie Ladner. Katie Ladner, she just has a beautiful voice, and to address the song, Kindergarten Boyfriend, oh, that makes me cry like a baby. Kurt Kelly. Evan Todd, you, first of all, reading your bio, are like, should be abstained, that's not the word, abducted, that's totally not the word, whatever it is, into like sainthood. You are such a good person. First of all, look at him. What a handsome guy. What a handsome, nice guy, playing a really stupid jock. That's acting. Acting. First of all, he's joining the producer. He is a recent graduate of Juilliard, which I'm guessing means you're rather young, so you've achieved a lot already. He did Heathers in LA. He co-founded START and Arts Inside Out, nonprofit arts empowerment programs working with students in Florida and kids affected by AIDS in South Africa. You're so nice! If you're not familiar with how New World Stages is set up, you go into the theater, like, there's like a park in between the theater entrance and the stage doors. And so this is the theater entrance, and I was coming out and I was going through the park because I was crying so hard the usher told me where the stage door was to make sure I could talk to people. I just could not. This show means a lot to me, let me just say. And Evan Todd, I think he actually had glasses just like these on, and he's got his cut, like the Westerberg High t-shirt that's in the Playville video, and I was like, hi, and he was like, and I was like, oh yeah, I just saw the show, and he was like, oh, and then he was so nice, and he congratulated me on graduating high school, and like asked if I was going to be going to school in the city because I said I was a performer, and I was like, nah, and he was like, well, I'm sure I'll see you here, and I was like, you're so nice, and like, I saw a matinee, so that meant that they had to have matinee, started at 2 or 3, which means it ended at 4 or 5, and the curtain is at 8 for, I don't know, for night shows. I don't know what the curtain for night shows is on Broadway. So like they didn't have too long before their call was again. So like he took at least 15 minutes to stand there and talk to me, and I was like half crying like a mad woman, and he hugged me twice. So like that's really nice, and I really, really appreciated that. Then I get the rest of the way to the stage door, and there is a horde of girls around Dave Thomas Brown. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stand back here, and they're all like, let's take selfies, and he's talking to them, and I'm like, alright. And I was like, I'm gonna wait, and so I'm talking to my brother, and I'm waiting, and then all of a sudden I turn around, and he's walking away, and I was like, and so I ran after him, and I was like, Dave! And I'm like, I don't know him, why am I yelling his first name? And he turned around, and he's got a salad, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm taking out of his time, but I just like was trying to, as quickly as I could, while trying not to sob, thank him, because as an actor myself, my thing I want to say to actors after a show the most is thank you for sharing this story with me, because in doing that, they're giving you a piece of themselves. Like, remember that the next time you see a show. And it was beautiful, so I was thanking him, and I was talking to him, and I mentioned, like, oh, well, I never saw Ryan McCartney, he was really good, but I really liked your take, and he was like, yeah, big shoes to fill, and I was getting so overwhelmed with thanking him, and he said to me, hey, look, I've been in your shoes where I'm talking to someone who was just in such a big thing, and I know it feels like what you're saying doesn't mean anything to us, but it means so much, and I was just like, I am going to melt into a puddle of tears right here on the sidewalk, and Heather Chandler's gonna come out and step on me. Like, oh my god, my heart. That was the nicest thing a working actor can say to, I'm getting worked up now, a working actor can say to a training actor. And so he also took like 15 minutes of his time to talk to me during his break, and then he goes, do you want a hug? And I was like, yeah. What he said is like, that is like a gift I'm gonna hold forever. Ooh, okay. It was on Kurt Kelly. Ram Sweeney, John Eidson, I don't know how to say your last name, Eidson. Wonderful. You make my balls so blue. That number was a showstopper. Carissa Hodgland was actually Veronica when I saw it, not New Wave Party Girl. Wonderful job. You killed it. Who was going to be, whoever filled the spots that she had to do, because like she said the lines that I knew that Carissa said as New Wave Party Girl, and she looked like my friend Jers, but I think, don't kill me if it's not who it is, because I know some people know exactly who everyone is, but I think it's Molly Hager, who was in As a Swing. Awesome. She was awesome. Young Republicanette, Kate Fairbanks. She's really good too. I've seen her do some understudy Veronica stuff, and that's so funny, and she's really good. Stoner chick, I really enjoyed you as well. I love how everyone, like, you could tell who everyone was by their description. I really appreciated that. The beleaguered geek. I don't know what beleaguered mean, but I'm guessing it's the geek, the out of my way geek, I don't want trouble. That guy. Great. Love it when you talk about leaving a Heather naked for the rats. Hipster dork, Dan Domenech. You're adorable. Okay, Preppy stud. also good. I love how they doubled as the officers, because I was like, are they gonna have the adult guys do all the adult guy roles? I know you're all adults, but like the guys who are older. Anthony Crivello. If my dad wasn't so awesome, I would ask you to adopt me, but I have a really cool dad. Like, I have a really cool theater dad, so I don't need you to be my dad, but if you want to be, yeah. I love the accent on JD's dad. And Daniel Cooney, I was looking at the roles you had played before, and I was like, I bet he was that guy in Mamma Mia, and then he... Got you. I didn't even know that you were playing the principal until, like, the end. And I was like, wait, that's the same guy! And I felt really stupid. And Veronica's mom / Miss Fleming, mostly Miss Fleming, Michelle Duffy. Your note in Shine a Light changed my life. That was incredible. Like, I heard on the recording and my friend Chelsea and I were like, whoa. But sitting there watching you sing it, I was like, what is this woman? So incredible. Okay, so I think, yeah, that was the whole cast. Shout out to the orchestra. The music's amazing. So there we go. That was my whole review of that. This wasn't supposed to be a review, but I'm obsessed with it, so that's what it is. So hopefully now this is going to get some of it out of my system. I've stopped drinking the slushies on a daily because that's really unhealthy. And if I could play any role in this show, it would be Veronica. Because I feel a kinship with Barrett because she's my mentor. Like, she's literally my mentor. It's like an assigned thing. And Winona Ryder, I want to be her. And Dad, I told you I was recording a video. Why are you flat out walking in here?
I'm just looking at my beautiful daughter and admiring her.
That's why I said I didn't need another dad, because, you know, if someone can lie that well, they must be great. Alright, and to conclude, I probably won't stop tweeting and making videos about Heathers, but at least now you know why.